Welcome to Art Club. I'm Miss Liz, and today we're going to be creating a spooky ghost made out of air dry clay. So I chose this project because I really like working with clay. It's super fun, it's really easy, and it's October. It's time to make some spooky things, so let's go ahead and make a ghost. All right, the hardest part of this project for you is going to be letting your air dry clay air dry. So you do have to let it sit for a very long time. So I recommend letting it sit overnight and then carefully checking it. And if it seems like it's hard and it's dry, then you can take it off the mold, and you'll learn more about that later in this video. In your kit, you're going to be finding a baggie that has your air dry clay in it. I wrapped it in saran wrap and I put it in a baggie, so hopefully that doesn't dry up. You're going to have a rolling pin. It's not going to look like this one, but I don't have a sample of that one with me right now, but it's going to work just as easy. You're going to have a plastic knife, and that's to cut out the shape of a circle, which is why you have this blue piece of cardstock. You're going to roll out your clay and you're going to try to get it the size of this shape here, and then you'll cut it out. So, and you'll also learn more about that later in the video. You're also going to find a tea light candle, and that's to give your ghost an eerie glow, and a ping pong ball. So the ping pong ball is what you're going to put your ghost on once you cut it out and make the face. So you're going to put it on there, and that's how it's going to air dry overnight. It's going to go on the ping pong ball. All right, something that you might need from home is just a smooth surface. So you can roll out your air dry clay on your kitchen table, maybe on a cutting board, a paper plate, or a countertop. So just find something that's a nice smooth surface to work on. Go ahead and open up our clay and start kneading it. To knead the clay, we will be squishing it in our hands and rolling it around, possibly into a ball, until it's soft and easy to manipulate. So just keep putting it in your hand, give it some squishes. Do this for a little bit. Your clay is going to warm up and feel softer. You can squish it like this. Can you tell as your clay softening up? Is it a little bit easier to squish? It's not quite there yet. Right. I'm going to give it a try. So if you think yours is warm enough and it's easier to squish, let's go ahead, roll it into a ball. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to lay it on our smooth surface. So I'm using one of those silicone cutting boards from my kitchen. So just lay that on there and then grab your rolling pin. And your rolling pin's going to have handles, so you can either use the handles, you can put your hand on top of it. You're going to push down a little bit, you're going to put a little weight on there, and you're just going to keep trying to thin this out. We want it thin, but not too thin that it actually rips and tears. And we want it big enough that we can cut out a 4.5-inch circle. So it's almost there, not quite. So go ahead, measure yours, take your circle, put it on there. Whoop. So this might happen. This is what I was talking about. We don't want it too thin where it's going to rip and tear. So I'm glad that happened so I could show you what that's all about. So I'm going to just pick mine back up, and I'm going to start over. If yours is going well and you have it the right size, just stop doing what you're doing for a minute and I'll show you what to do next as soon as I get mine rolled back out. And maybe I pushed a little too hard on it too. There's a couple different factors that could make it rip like that. Right, not quite the right size yet. It could rip if you didn't knead your clay well enough either. So if you're having trouble with it, just keep kneading your clay, and then you can pause the video and catch up. All right, let's see. I think that looks pretty good. So take your circle and put it on there, and then we are going to cut around it with our plastic knife. You can just peel that away. If you want to save that on the side and make something else, you can. But it probably won't be enough to make another ghost. There you go. Now, take a look at your circle, and this is going to be the outside, like the bottom of your ghost. So some people like it to be jagged like that, and some people like it to be smooth. If you think that you would like your ghost to be smooth, you can go ahead and just kind of press it in. And that'll give it more of a smooth look, just very gently. And now we're going to look for the center of our circle. And then we're going to go down a little bit, and we're going to add eyes and a mouth. We're going to be using this straw. So take a moment and listen to my directions. Don't start doing it yet. You're going to look for the center. You're going to go a little bit farther down, like towards your belly, and then you're going to just put 2 little eyes in there. And sometimes it'll pick that right up and pull it out, and sometimes it won't, so give it a try again. And then a mouth. Now you can decide, oh, I want my mouth to be a little bit bigger than the eyes, so you can stick your straw back in there and just kind of move it around a little bit, like that. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, oh, actually, let me tell you this. If you accidentally went ahead and you put your stuff in the center, just pick up your clay, knead it up again, roll it out again, and start over. It's not a problem. All right, so now we're going to grab our ping pong ball, and we're going to gently pick up our clay. So you see it's a little messy. That's okay. We're just going to pick it up, and we're going to lay it on top of the ping pong ball. So it's the center is going to go on top of the ball. So his face is down here on the side. And then we're just going to shape our ghost and however we want him to look. So here, I'm going to fix his eye a little bit. So I'm going to stick my straw in there and just kind of press that down. So here his mouth ended up being a little elongated instead of round like I thought it was going to be, but I think that's going to make it look even spookier. So now's the time. If you want to pinch a little bit of the sides, you can, or you can just leave it as it is. If you want smooth edges, you can tap those down. And then we're just gonna leave it. We're gonna let it sit. I'm gonna fix this eye real quick. Kind of want the eyes to look the same, but I don't worry too much about the mouth. Because when ghosts are saying boo and stuff, it just doesn't have to look like a regular mouth. All right, so now that you've got it on there, we are going to have to let it dry. This is the very hardest part of this entire project, is letting it sit here and letting it dry. So I recommend at least overnight, or if you did this after school, maybe check it when you come back from school the next day. And yeah, so I'll come back to this video tomorrow and show you how he turned out. All right, I'm back, and here is my ghost. Looks pretty good. It's nice and dry. So I'm going to take it off the ping pong ball. Looks pretty good. I love the way that the mouth turned out. Looks awesome. So next up, you are going to grab your tea light candle, and a lot of them have this little red plastic strip in there, so you're going to go ahead and pull that off and turn it on like that. Go ahead and stick it underneath your ghost. Let me go turn the light off. Ooh, and there is my spooky, eerie ghost. Ooh. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you had a really good time with this. I hope you enjoyed working with clay, and if you want to make some projects at home on your own, all you got to do is purchase some Crayola air dry clay or any other brand and get started. So if you want to show me what your ghost looks like, go ahead and take a picture, send it to me at youth@newlenoxlibrary.org, and I'll see you all soon at the library.